Like you have the breakups where you initiate the breakup, you have the breakups where they initiate the breakups, you have the breakups that are quote unquote mutual, which I think it's never really like that mutual. It's so hard to be completely mutual, but I think it's more leaning on the fact that you both realize that it's not going to work. Like mature adult breakups apparently exist and apparently they happen, but I still feel like those people with mature breakups still go through a roller coaster of emotions and it's not easy. So there's also breakups where someone cheats. So it's like a betrayal. There's breakups where, someone is just tapping out the relationship. There's breakups where the other person forces you to break up with them by behaving badly because they can't really take the responsibility to break up with you themselves. They kind of try and skip the part where they feel guilty for breaking up with you. So they do a bunch of bad behaviors that they know you hate, kind of initiate breaking up with you. That's a very cowardly way to break up. Like there's so many ways that you could get broken up with or that you've initiated a breakup. And every single one of those different types of breakups give you different results. Like you're going to feel different things. You're going to feel either super upset or angry, especially in the types of breakups where the other person initiates it. The emotions that I've normally gone through is I've been really upset. I've also blamed myself a lot. Also been angry in the instance where I feel betrayed, like they cheated on me, which I've been through. So there's like those kind of emotions. And at the end of the day, those kind of breakups lead me to feel very down about myself. I lose a lot of confidence in myself. I kind of become a much smaller version of me for a while. And that's super natural. In the breakups where you initiate the breakup, it's a whole series of other emotions. I think it's more along the part of guilt. Like you feel guilty for being the one to break up the relationship, especially if you're like me and you wish the relationship will go on forever. It seems like a weird action to be doing the breaking up. But there are times when that is necessary, and we'll kind of go through them as well. Holding on to a relationship for too long, especially when there's a lot of things wrong with the relationship and people change over time. Like initially when you went into the relationship, it might have been really, really compatible, but over a long time, and like I said, I do long relationships. So anywhere between 2, 3, 5, 8-year relationships, you will feel that, you've gone through so much personal change and that person may not be the right one for you to get to that next level. And then it's a matter of prioritizing yourself over the relationship, and it makes you feel so selfish and guilty. Because for me, it's like, well, I should if I committed to this relationship and I've told this person I'll be with them, I should do whatever I can to make it work. And sometimes it just doesn't work, and that's okay. So I think if you're the one initiating the breakup, the hardest kind of emotions to go through is that guilt of making it happen and ruining someone's life, like you feel like you caused all this pain, someone that you love, and that is a lot to go through. It is almost as hard as being broken up with, in my opinion. I think both are extremely tough. A lot of people think that the person that does the breakup kind of gets away with it. And, some people might feel fine. Like there are people out there that are probably more, on the narcissistic spectrum where the relationship was more about them and they could be perfectly fine. But I feel like if you're a healthy human and you really, really did love and care about your partner that you broke up with, it's tough to get over those feelings. And a lot of, getting over that kind of breakup is to make sure that you don't blame yourself, because you will. You will blame yourself for a very long time. You'll feel guilty. And when you see your partner upset, crying, you almost just want to jump back into the relationship and say, never mind. But sometimes to change your life, you need to stay strong. And I think relationships, I love that quote for relationships, is apparently by Mother Teresa. It's basically saying some people come into our lives as blessings and some come as lessons. So it could be very much that this person is a lesson for you rather than a blessing. And it's okay. I think, as you get older, depending on your age, you will go through so much cycles. People will come in and out of your life. And every time someone comes in and leaves your life, it gets easier. And hopefully you'll have a set of people that don't leave your life and can always be that foundation and rock for you. But that's not always the case. That's definitely a blessing and not really something that it's actually more common for people to come in and out of your life. And that includes partners, that includes boyfriends, that includes, if you're a guy, girlfriends. Coming to terms with that loss is kind of what breakups are all about. Any kind of loss is hard.